let's talk about this thing. So, got a car show coming up this month, October 25th, at K-Tech in Easley, South Carolina. I live about 20 minutes away from there, maybe. They have a big car show every year, so now when you first look at this truck, you think, oh, these are, people have turned these into old work trucks. Well, the thing about this is this isn't something you would normally see at a car show, which is what I like. So, last time I was talking about the intake and whatnot. It still hasn't been started yet since I got all this put in, but there she is. Big block all day. So she's great. She's got some new tires on the front, got some newer tires on the back. Mickey Thompson's digging 38. We got the fuel cell fixed up. I need to paint the top of it so it don't look so bad. I got the fuel cell fixed up, other than a little bit of blue paint put on it. And I got the Holley fuel pump. I got it straightened out. I got it wired up. I just have it looped through here. It really probably shouldn't be that way. It should probably have a hole down here for it to go through, for the fuel, so it's a straight shot and it's not having to go up and down. I'm going to see how it does. If it acts up, then that's probably what I'm going to change it to. So we have 3/8 line and then 3/8 here. It would actually probably be better to have 1/2 inch and then drop down to 3/8. But I want to try this first. I'm going to try this part. If it doesn't work, I'll drop it down to the floor. If that didn't work, I'll change to the 1/2 inch. The vinyl floor is kind of chewed up in here. You can see the vinyl floor has been just demolished. So I'm going to pull up the vinyl floor and just have the metal floor. It's all white, so I'm just going to pull the whole vinyl flooring out of it. I got to clean the seat. I'm going to put some type of seat cover on it. The center console looking thing, that's odd because the truck came with it, but I don't remember them having these in this truck. I could be wrong, but I'm going to try to clean it up. The gauges work. I got a hole cut over there for the speedometer, but the hole isn't, the hole's there, but the speedometer isn't there. I haven't gotten one yet. But these are all, the 3 gauges are Bosch, and then the one is just the one you get from like Advance. I got the mark set at 4,000 because I try to keep it below 4,000 RPM. You can't high rev these big blocks the way you can, but they have to be built for it. This one is not built for it. You could probably run it up to 5,500 RPMs and it'd be okay, but I try to keep it at about 4,000 or below. It changes gears really good at about 2,200 RPMs. This is my throttle cable here. This is probably going to have to be temporary. Probably not going to be able to keep that because there's nothing really holding it, and it's at an angle and it just doesn't really look good. So we may have to change that at some point. This is a brand new Edelbrock. The return springs, that's probably going to be temporary. So if you got any, if this gives you any ideas on y'all's projects or anything, I'm just kind of showing it. If y'all want to know how I did anything, that's a clear cap HEI distributor. That's a Blue Thunder HEI distributor. It's a Chevrolet design with a Ford big block shaft in it. And then below that, it's got the oil pump shaft that runs the oil pump. So the distributor runs the oil pump. I've seen those shafts. I've seen them break. They're nothing but a really long Allen key is really all it is. Truck has no AC. The AC's been pulled out of it. It's got a new heater core. It's got good heat. This truck generates a lot of good heat, so which is good for the wintertime, but it is not good for the summertime because you can't turn the heat off. You can't, if you switch it to cold, it doesn't really do anything. So it's one of those things. I'm gonna get it out here in the yard one day, and sometime soon. I'm gonna take this evap canister off. If you can see it, yeah, I'm gonna take that thing off. Take the battery out. Kind of spray paint, pressure wash everything and spray paint. I have to put a tarp over the motor. Actually, I think I got a gray tarp under that table. I think that's a gray tarp on top of that air compressor. I still got to run my oil line, copper oil line. I recommend these copper oil lines don't use the plastic, because after about 2 or 3 years they'll break and you won't know it, and you'll blow the motor up or lock it up. This wiring disaster in here is all kind of pointless. None of that really, there's a couple wires in there that operate, but most of that in there just is off of this and off of this. But I have to keep that because I still use this fuse box. This fuse box is still operational. It has no relays in it because there's no relays that work anything. Everything else has been mechanical or electronic. So HI distributor, it's got electric fuel pump. I want to put a gear drive in it. I want to put a cam in it. It's got the towing cam because this thing come out of a motorhome, so it has the towing cam. So it pulls really hard. I got new mirrors to put on there. I got brand new mirrors I ordered off eBay. I'm just kind of showing y'all what I got. Look at that wiring disaster over there. That's my switch panel thing. If there's anything you guys see, you're probably wondering about the weight, the fender difference, because it looks like it's higher in the back than it is the front. It's a lot of that is the motor. Originally, the fender was about 1 inch from the tires. So I put F250 suspension under it, and it's got a F250. It's got F250 ball joints, spindles. It's got F250 calipers, the arms. It's got F150 rotors. No, they're F250 rotors. 2-wheel drive stuff. The rear is F150 stuff. For the most part, that's about it. That's about the extent of it. Transmission is out of a 72 Gran Torino. Dry shafts custom made from Southwest Speed. They're pretty good. But if you guys got any questions or Want to know how I did anything? Basically what I got left is a lot of cleaning up. We gotta do a lot of testing. We gotta test this throttle cable thing, see if it's gonna work. Gotta run my old line, gotta do the power wire for distributor. I have to, which that's simple stuff. I'll have to pull my little gauge cluster back out. The rear bumper right there, it's got to be pulled off. The front bumper, I got to take it off, pressure wash it, sand it down, and repaint it. But yeah, this bumper is kind of beat up and dirty, and we're probably just going to take this bumper off. I'm going to take the brackets and all that off. And you can't see, well, you can see it. It's just going to have that piece right there. It's just going to have it showing. I've got a roll pan that you could use for a rear bumper on the back of the shop back here, but I think it's for like a S10. I don't think it's wide enough for this. I'll really have to measure it, but you're going to have body lines and stuff in the way. Look at that tail light is chipped. I just now noticed that. That might be a problem. Somebody's gonna say something about that for sure. Yeah, that's her. That's about it. I still got a lot of work to do. A lot of cleaning up. Over the summer, I got some rats and stuff in here. So yeah, we got the B&M floor shifter too. It's something I wanted to try, and it works pretty well. Luckily there was no issues, real big issues with it, so it worked out pretty good. Just a matter of, and this up here on the dash here, that's the kick down cable. I've got to do some looking on how to install that, because so the kick down cable, this end goes on the transmission, but this end here goes on the carburetor, and I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work. This is a stainless steel kickdown cable for a C6 transmission, so for a carbureted engine. So it's just a matter of trying to get it to work right. The kickdown cable will work. It's just a matter of trying to get it, figure out the right things to get it to work. The turn signals, they don't really work. The headlights work. The tail lights work. I want to say the brake lights work. I want to say all that works. So I got just enough not to get pulled over around here. Yeah, that's for the most part, that's it. I appreciate you guys letting me show it. We got to get this black stuff off of here. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to do that. Can't really sand it without taking the paint off. Can't use paint stripper. It'll take the paint off. We just may have to come up with something different. We just have to come up with some kind of something other. Radio, and it works. There's brand new speakers in the doors. It doesn't have speakers in the back, but I know y'all remember Pet Boys being around. I actually wish they were still around. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys this. I've got 5 gallons of gas over there ready to pour in it, but I don't want to pour it in until I get ready to start it. That's another thing. I still have to put a fuel filter on it. I'm gonna have to come up with a fuel filter somewhere. So I may break it right there and put a fuel filter on it, but PVC valve. It's hooked to the front of the carburetor. The vacuum advance from the distributor is hooked to this side of the intake, to the carburetor, and then that is freed up. There's an open port right there. That's got to be taken off and done away with. Or capped off. It's gonna have to have something. I may just cap it off. I should have a cap off somewhere. New intake gaskets, new valve cover gaskets. It's got some new stuff on here. It's got a K&N air intake. That filter isn't new, but it's been cleaned thoroughly, so it'll take whatever air it takes in, it'll put out. So that works out well. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you guys the truck that I've worked on for the last 4 or 5 years. Actually, 5, 6 years. When you buy a new Edelbrock carburetor, it'll come with a book. Come with extra gaskets. It'll come with the wiring for the electric choke. But that's the fuel filter it came with that I'm gonna put on. I've used these kind of filters before. They're pretty good. What I don't recommend, because it'll cause a fire, are these. These ends are plastic. This is some kind of metal, but the center here is glass. Now what'll happen is this glass will pop on a valve cover. If you hit a bump in the road, it could pop on the valve cover, bust, blow gas all over the exhaust manifold, cause a fire. That's why I don't like those. So if you have one, you need to kind of protect it somehow. That's my makeshift thing here, so the fuel cell won't move. So that's my new cap. Another way you can test these, you can take that hose apart, and if you want to see if your gasket is going to leak, take your blowgun for your air compressor, wrap electrical tape around it where it'll fit a tight seal around the hose or the fitting, and blow air. And if the top of it starts to come up, you know that it's not leaking any air. And then when you let off, it should go back down. When you blow it up, put some pressure in it and hold it. And if it doesn't leak down on its own, your seal is holding. If you blow too much, you'll blow the gasket out, but because it's not built to take that kind of pressure. But yeah, let's see if we can put that plug on there. This is the old bracket. You can get these at AutoZone or Advanced. They're pretty good. I had some luck with these. This one's kind of bent because I was mean to it, but it did serve its purpose. I don't have one because I'm going to see if this isn't on the truck, because I'm going to see if this throttle cable will work like I have it. This is a stock throttle cable off of a 302 that I was going to try, but I have no way of holding it, because it won't fit through there, through that hole. That part that clips on here, it won't fit through that hole. So this is the old what I cut off of the throttle cable. That's actually no good. Throw that in the scrap bucket. But yeah, we got some stuff going. We got some things that we're working on here. I could turn that into, I just now thought about that open port right there. I could turn that into the manifold vacuum. Didn't think about that. They're pretty close together though. How close them are. And then turn them into the manifold vacuum. Electric choke isn't hooked up. I don't think it's cold out here enough yet to be putting that on there or to hooking it up. If you're around here in the middle of January or February, yeah, you probably need to hook that up. But truck doesn't have a fuel gauge. It does have a fuel gauge. If I videoed it, it does have a fuel gauge, but it's for the rear tank underneath the bed. The tank didn't leak, but I could never get the proper amount of fuel out of it. It went through a tank so fast it wasn't even funny. So this fuel cell, I think that I need to get some race car foam to put in that fuel cell so fuel don't slosh around. But that makes a mess though. That stuff makes a disaster of a mess. It took me 4 hours to clean that fuel cell out because it come out of a race car. Yeah, here she is. So, got any questions? If I give you any ideas and you want to know how I done it or whatever, let's talk about these motor mounts. So I had to order some 460 frame mounts for a f250 frame. Well, the f150 frames don't have the holes already put in them. So I had to do measuring. I had to look at my drawings. I had to look at all kind of stuff. Had to look at different things as far as that goes. It took me a week before I decided to drill the holes in it. So it has 460 frame mounts on the 150 frame. And it has I've turned around and put solid motor mounts on it. That is steel mount to steel frame to steel block with a flat washer, a lock washer, and a nylock nut. That is a solid mount, which means when you rev it, it twists the truck. Like the whole front end moves. I know you guys have seen it. It kind of twists the body a little bit. I like the way it does. I like that. If you get motor mounts that have rubber in them, that cushions it so it won't do that. Which is good for, like, I wouldn't have solid mounts in my F250 6.0. That 6.0's got a lot of torque, so I wouldn't want solid mounts in it. But something like this, it's not the end of the world. If you break something, it's okay. So, it's one of those things, really. I got one of these driver's side back tires locked up. I'm hoping when I put it in gear and try to drive it, it'll kind of let go. If not, we'll have a field day with the drum brakes. But yeah, we got some work to do before the 25th, and it is let's see what it is. Well, it's October 12th. So, another 10 days, it'll be the 22nd. So we got a lot of work to do till then. Tomorrow is Monday, which will be the 13th. So, I'm off work tomorrow. So, spend some time out here, try to get the rear bumper off, and I'll try to get the floor out and try to get it started. Got a lot of work to do, but it'll be all right. It'll all work out. It's just I want to spend the last 5 days on trial and error and testing. It's going to take a while to clean all this up. It doesn't look bad in the camera, but it's bad. Especially you get it out there in daylight. Like, you see all this dirt in here. Like, it's bad. It's real bad. You got a clean spot there. And then it's bad. It's bad everywhere. It really needs to be polished, buffed, and whatnot. But I've already been rambling for 25 minutes, so this is my project. I was told many times that this couldn't be done, and it's been done, and it runs, and it drives, and it operates fully functional. All gauges work, the heat works, headlights work, taillights work, brake lights work, radio works. Everything on this truck that I want to work works, and works great. I was told this wouldn't work. At one point in time, I didn't have a motor in it, no transmission. I had the rear end out of it, and I had the dash completely out of the truck. And I built it all back, and I was told that this would not work. That this motor would never run. This truck wouldn't run with this motor in it, and I have proved them wrong. They don't really have much to say about this anymore or now, but this is the real deal, and I'm pretty proud of it. So, no, it's not the best thing in the world. No, it's not showroom condition. Yeah, it needs a lot of things. Yeah, it needs a lot more money put into it, but I just tinker with it, do what I can, try to have something I can enjoy. So, outside of the boat going and other stuff around the house, this is what I like doing. I spend most of my nights out here messing with this thing. So, don't let nobody tell you that something will never work. Don't let nobody tell you that. And they ain't gonna tell me that, because I'll prove them wrong. I'll make them look stupid, and I love making them look stupid. Could it be better? Yeah, it could be. Could it run better? Yeah, it could. Is it running on all 8 cylinders, and is it fun to drive? Yeah, it runs on all 8, and yeah, it's fun to drive. I enjoy driving it. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do something.